Hello everyone and welcome to our operating system practical series. Let us get started with our next practical assignment, which is implementing copy command of DOS or implementing cp command of Linux. So before understanding the code, let us first go through the execution of copy command of DOS. So I'm going to DOS shell right now. Let us create two text files, say for example wx1.txt. I'll type my contents, my first text file. I'll create another text file with copy command wx2.txt, my second text file. So let me display the contents of both the files by using type command. So wx1.txt and wx2.txt. So I have right now created two text files with two different contents inside them. Now I am going to execute the copy command of DOS, which is the command which helps us to copy contents from one file to another. So the basic use of this command is that it directly picks the contents from one file and it copies the contents to another file, and it overlaps the contents of the other file. The contents of the second file are usually not preserved, so it picks the contents from first file and copies it to the second file. Let us check how it works. wx1.txt and wx2.txt. So while executing copy command, one thing which you should note is you place your command first, then you place your first file, and then you place your second file. So the first file, the contents from first file are going to get copied to the second file. Let us check how. So I am displaying contents of first file and I am displaying the contents of second file. So if you can see on the screen, contents of first file previously were my first text file, contents of second file were my second text file, and now after executing the copy command, it has copied the contents of first file to the contents of second file, and it has removed the contents of second file. So it has not preserved the contents, and directly it has picked the contents of first file and copied it to the second file. The second thing which we should now study and understand is the arguments, because we are going to write a C program which is going to replace the copy command of DOS or cp command of Linux. So while understanding the arguments, we have already decided that we will start counting the arguments from 1. So the arguments were first the command, second first text file, and third the next text file. So the number of arguments are 3, because first we are going to pass our command, second we will pass our file from where we want to copy the contents, and third we will pass the text file where we want to paste those contents. So speaking in terms of syntax, the syntax of copy command is command, that is the copy command, space source file space destination file. This will be easier to remember and understand that the contents from source file are going to get copied to the destination file. So this is how it works, and now we are going to replace this copy command with our C program, our C exe file, and perform the same working. So let me exit from here. Now let us go through our code. So like the previous assignments, we are going to execute this assignment very similar to them, but with some little changes. The first change which you can see is the process.h file. We have made use of the standard input output.h. We have made use of the conio.h, which are the standard header files of C. But now you can see this process.h. This is again a C header file, which is a file which contains functions, declarations and macros which are used in the working of threads and processes. It is just a simple one header solution for launching processes and interacting with them. So it is not something more complicated or something like that. Next, we will start writing our main function and pass argument counter and argument vector. Here we are not making use of dir.h because we are not going to make use of the command itself, and that we are not going to pass it. We are going to write a code which will execute very similar to cp command, or which can replace the cp command. So we have written it. Next, we will write file pointers, which is file *f1 and *f2. As we are going to work with two text files, one text file is the source file and the other is the destination file. So we have written two file pointers. We are making use of a character, and now, as I have explained you, the number of arguments were 3. So we are going to handle 3 arguments. So if the arguments are greater than 3, it is going to print that there are too many parameters. If the arguments count is equal to 1, it is going to print us invalid parameters, and our code should exactly execute or work when the arguments count becomes equal to 3. So when the arguments count is going to become equal to 3, we are going to open the first file. Now I have already explained you the arguments counter and arguments vector in the previous videos, and again I am repeating it. We are going to count the arguments from 1, 2 and onwards, but as it is an array, it is going to store from position 0, position 1 and onwards. So the position 0 was our command, the position 1 was our first text file. For example, I have written sd1.txt and sd2.txt. So this is the source file, and let me make it source file, and this is the destination file. So the first source file, we are going to open that file which is in the array position 1 in the read mode. So this is the way you should read this statement: open first file in read mode, open second file which is the destination file in the write mode. We are going to get the characters until we reach the end of file, and we are going to put those characters in F2. We are going to read the characters from file pointer 1, which is the source file, and we are going to put the characters into file pointer 2, which is the destination file. After this, the message file copied will be printed. We will close the first file, which is the source file. We will close the second file, which is the destination file. Now beneath this code, this is where the file will get copied. Here our code gets executed and file will get copied, but I want to show or display the contents of file, which we have already done in type command of C, or you can say type command program. Now we are going to display the contents of the destination file. For that, I have opened the file in the second position of array. In the read mode, it is going to print the destination file contents. We are going to get the characters from file pointer 2 until we reach the end of file, and we will print it on the screen using %C and the characters. So we will close the second file, and finally our code will get completed here. So this is all about the code of copy command of DOS or CP command of Linux. Now one thing which most of you are getting errors are because of you do the compilation steps which are here. You follow these compilation steps, which is compile, make, link, build all, and after that you try to change your directory location. So once you do or follow these compilation steps, one exe file gets created in the current location where your code is right now, and after when you kind of change your directory location, it executes or runs that file in the new location, but the source of our C program remains something else. This is making you to get errors. So one habit which you should now inculcate is, the first thing which you should do is change your directory location. So right now it is bin. I will change it to my folder, which is ndp. Change it and OK. Now I am in my directory location. Now I can perform all the compilation steps. Again, let me save my program if I have made some changes. Now let us go for the compilation steps, which is the first, compile, make, link, and finally build all. This is where we will get our exe file name or executable file name. Copy this or write this exe name. Now let us go to our DOS shell and execute our exe. Now again let us create some files. I'm giving the same name, source and destination, so that it becomes easy for you to understand. My source file, I'll create one destination file, which is a txt file, my destination text file. Okay, now let us execute our exe file. Previously we gave copy command, then the source file and the destination file. Now I am giving my exe name, so it was source cp1.exe space source. Do not forget to check spellings, because this is the only thing which is going to create errors for you. Destination.txt. Let me check the text file names, which is the source.txt and destination.txt, and enter. So it has given messages that the file copied, destination file contents are my source. So previously my file had source.txt and destination.txt. So the contents are same, it has copied, the file is working. So this is how you should execute the CP command. Do not forget to take a note that while counting the arguments, we will count from 1, 2 and 3. While storing, it will store from 0 position. When it is copy command, the arguments will be 3. I hope you understood this code. Write it down and execute. Thank you for watching.